Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies. Yeah guys, so I'm back here in the nether. I'm clearing out a whole bunch of dirt. I was trying to figure out a way to collect this dirt a little bit more quickly. I know that the excavator tool that I have right now isn't the fastest, so I was looking at a way to make it a little bit faster. So this tool actually had one modifier remaining on it, and then I put the Notch Golden Apple plus Diamond Block on there to give it another modifier. We can still add one more with the Nether Star, but with those two modifiers, I have put on one more thing of haste, so 50 more redstone, and then I have put on the RF modifier. So this thing originally had... Why is this thing... that was weird. This thing originally had... Ooh, something just exploded? That doesn't sound good. Lots of things are exploding. This really is not good. Okay, so this thing had repair 2 on it. And yeah, I came here, I mined out some dirt, and it was just taking forever for it to repair, so I decided to put the RF on it. So what I have here is I have a chest with item duct that is going right into our tesseract, the same tesseract that the ender quarry is putting all its stuff in there, so that way I can just keep coming back and forth and mining this dirt. But anyway, I was looking for a faster way to mine this out, so I went into a creative mode and I started messing around with different Tinker's tools, and it looks like if you wanted to get like a really fast excavator, you'd want the cobalt head and the other 3 pieces to be netherrack, and that way that'll give you stone bound. The stone bound actually compounds. Like if you have more than one piece, it actually gets better and better. The only problem is though is with the iguana tweaks, it randomly gives you extra modifiers. So if you take your excavator all the way down to like 1 durability left, you put RF on it, that's all great, but then you could get that modifier that gives it auto repair, and then that pretty much undoes your stone bound effect, so that's not so great. So it's trying to figure out the best way to go about it, but I really don't think with the random modifiers being added to your tools with no way of preventing it, that there really is a good way. So yeah, I decided just to up the speed of this excavator, give it the RF so it never breaks. Yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So I'm collecting this dirt. We have that quest where we need to have... Whoa, careful. Where we need to have so much dirt. And this is probably going to be the best way to go about it, to get all of the dirt that we need. Come on, lava, go away. Go away. And unfortunately, there is no way to collect this dirt by hand that I'm aware of, so I'm gonna have to collect all of this manually. But that's fine, we're collecting in 9 pieces at a time. I can empty my inventory over into our ME system. Yeah, you know, it's not too bad. The only thing is, silverfish that are spawning, the nether hellfish, yeah, as the quarry is going, it's mining up these blocks. If there is a silverfish in that block, it can pop out, and yeah, that's why we were hearing those explosions earlier. I guess one of them, I don't know why it exploded, but it did. Oh, I am starving apparently. Let's eat some food. So yeah, that's where we're at with this. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue to mine out a whole bunch of this dirt. I know you guys are probably bored of watching me do this by now. Yeah, I'm gonna collect a whole bunch of this dirt. Probably bring this down to that level down there, just so we're all nice and even. And yeah, I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Whew, that took a long time to dig that all out to the same level. Let's look at our dirt supply now. Alright, so we're up to 8,487 dirt. That gets us 1 more quadruple compressed dirt. I went and I changed all of our dirt that we had before this episode into the quadruple compressed. So yeah, we just mined out about 6,000, 7,000 pieces of dirt there. Oh man. So we need, what is that, 100 quadruple compressed dirt for that quest? Yeah, that's going to take a little bit of time, especially since all of that mining has to be done by hand. Well, I guess that's not necessarily true. We got some dirt production over here that's happening automatically. So yeah, what are these doing? Leaves, that's right. And how is our leaf supply doing at this point? Don't right click on that. Leaf? Leaves with a V. 136,000 left. So yeah, this is still going to last us quite a while. So our cobblestone production is up to 38 million. We are getting very, very close to that 42 million. Let me see, octuple OC. Well, compressed cobble. I think I spelled that wrong. OCTU. Okay. So that, yeah, that is 43,046,000. So yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. We're most of the way there anyway. Still about 5 million more to go. So yeah, we'll get that pretty soon. Okay, so let's start looking at some of these quests. Now, last time we were looking at some of the, what was it, the go with the flow quests? If we open this up, I was noticing that there's a few more here. So we did the seed oil last time. That was like the last thing we did. That unlocked another one, squeezing seeds, repeatable quest. That wants us to get 160,000. I still don't know if that's millibuckets or buckets. So yeah, that's a lot of seed oil that we need to collect. Let's see, what else? I was looking here, we have mob essence. We need to get a bucket of mob essence. That should be pretty easy. Let's start filling out these quests as much as we can. So bucket, just grab one of these guys, and we have mob essence right here. Get that. Okay, open this, manually detect. Excellent. So there goes a half a heart. So did that, yeah, okay, so we did this one. So liquid mobs unlocks one quest elsewhere. So again, this is 160,000. You know, we really should figure out if that is millibuckets or not. So, let's get a tank. We'll grab one of these resident tanks and let us, we have a bucket of mob essence on us. So now we need the quest delivery system. Yeah, I still don't know if this is millibuckets or not. So I really want to find that out, because if it's 160,000 buckets, that's a lot. So let's select that task. Let's do that. I think I heard you can pipe it in. I don't know if we can just put this tank on top and if it'll drain in. So let's put a bucket of mob essence in there and flip the thingy. Okay, so that went in. Whoop, whoa, no, don't do that. Oh, there goes my torches. 2 torches. Okay, we gotta replace those real quick. Hit F7, make sure mobs aren't gonna spawn. Yeah, I got a spot right there. Okay, I think we're good. F7 off again. So if we look at this, okay, so that is 160 buckets, not 160,000 buckets. Yeah, we can do that. We have 852 buckets, so that shouldn't be too difficult to do. This tank can hold 64 buckets. So can I pipe out somehow? Yeah, there's got to be a way that I can easily pipe out that fluid. I guess we can use the fluid export bus as well. Fluid export bus. You know what? Let's just do it this way instead of using the tank. We can just stick that guy right like that. I need to get another bucket of the mob juice. Let's do that. Okay. Let's take this guy and set this to do 1 bucket at a time. Set that in there. Now, I assume this is going to go really quick. Yeah, look at that. 50% complete, 63, 75, 88, 100. Okay, turn this thing off. Get that out of there. I don't want to waste. Okay, so 671 buckets left. That's perfect. Okay, so that completed this portion of the quest. Yep, there we go. So now we get 2 full hearts, a reward bag. We can do 32 reactor casings, 4 high temperature furnace generators, which I really don't think we need. Reactor casing, I don't know. Or we have the reward bag. You know, I'm feeling lucky again. Let's just do the reward bag. We can make these reactor casings. That's not a big deal. And I really have no use for these furnace generators. All right. So claim that reward. We'll put the full hearts away. We have an epic and a greater. We'll put the half a heart away too. So let's do the greater reward bag. What do we get here? Huh. There we go. 64 dirt. That really would have come in handy early on in the map, but yeah, as we're in the thousands and thousands of dirt now, not that great of a reward, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so epic reward bag. Looting 3. We don't need that since we have looting for the Tinker's tools, but you know, whatever, that's fine. Wait, I think I just put my quest book away. Didn't mean to do that. Let's put this one away. Okay, mob essence we can go ahead and stick back in here. Yep, empty that out. Good. And I think we can go ahead and get rid of this stuff. We don't need these out here anymore. Okay, so what we need to do is get a whole bunch of seed oil. Now, you might have noticed over here I had soybeans planted once again even though we're pretty good on soy and what is it, tofu. Yeah, we're pretty good on this stuff for now. The reason why I did soybeans is because I was looking how to make seed oil earlier. So seed oil, click on this guy. No, okay, there we go. So yeah, we can squeeze things from the fluid transposer, but in the squeezer, yeah, we don't want to do those. So this is where we can actually make the seed oil. If we had extra trees and we had the cherry trees, we can get 0.5 buckets per cherry. You can get 0.5, 0.5, 0.8. That's better with the almonds. Hazelnuts is 0.15, which is pretty good. Butternut is 0.18, which is better. Beech nut 0.1. Pecan is 0.5. Brazil nut 0.2, not so good. Fig and acorns, yeah, I mean, there's lots of things that we can squeeze here. But as we move on through all these other things that are beyond extra trees, we can do pumpkin seeds, which is like regular vanilla stuff, for 0.1, which is not that great. Nut dew, I think, is a pretty good one. You can get that directly from bees if you breed them. We can get 0.2 per. But here we go, asparagus seeds. So this gives us 0.1. Now, that doesn't sound like a whole lot, 0.1. But if we scroll back over here to like wheat seeds, that's 10% less. Or I'm sorry, that's 10% of the asparagus seeds, for instance. And all of these ones right here are 0.1. All the ones from, what is this, Hunger Overhaul? Yeah, we can do like pretty much every one of those seeds, and they're all 0.1, which is really good. So we would need 10 wheat seeds to equal one of these if we're going to do that. So that's why we have the soybeans growing here, is to collect more seeds so we can get 10 seeds equals 1 bucket. That's what we want. Otherwise, it's 100 wheat seeds equals a bucket. We do have 15,000 wheat seeds right now, so we can get a lot of the seed oil this way. We're probably going to have to make a few squeezers. I don't really want to wait for 15,000 of those to be squeezed. But yeah, the Hunger Overhaul seeds, we have a lot of those, like the lettuce seeds. We have 4,000 of those. So that's what, 400 buckets, 600 tomato seeds, and not very many of these other ones, since I've been turning them all into dirt, basically. Like a lot of that lettuce seeds I've been putting over here into this chest, which goes down to this barrel, which I've pretty much turned off. We should get rid of this thing now. So yeah, I want to collect a whole bunch of the soybeans so we can get the seed oil that much easier. Other than that, we would have to start breeding the bees, which we haven't gotten into just yet. So I think the next step is to make a whole bunch of squeezers, start doing all of our wheat seeds, get rid of all of those, well, most of them. We don't want to get rid of every last one. But yeah, we want to start getting a whole bunch of that seed oil so we can complete this quest. Okay. So, honey we can also do with the squeezer, I think. Let's see, liquid meat. Oh, you know what? This is another one we can complete. So let's get a bucket. We have one. We need the tank. We have, I think this is a meat one when we're getting the, yeah, it says meat on there. This is when we're getting the pink slime. So there we go. There's a meat bucket. So we can go ahead and do this quest as well. Manually detect that. Boom. Claim that reward. Half a heart. Did that unlock another one? It did. Okay, so it looks like it's unlocking. Ooh, this one might be a typo. That's 1,600 buckets. That's going to give us 16 spawn pigs, water hive, pearl oyster reward bag. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's right. 160 or 1,600 buckets. Huh. Maybe it is. I don't know. We can get milk as well. Let's go ahead and do that. So let's... Oh, we don't have a cow around, do we? Yeah, we do. Someone spawned over here because I've gotten rid of all of our other ones. Can I get milk? Thank you. Okay, so manually detect that. Claim the reward. And that unlocks this one. Strong bones. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, wow, wow. This one is 16,000 buckets. Okay. This... We can hook up a rancher to a cow, I believe, and get milk that way. That might be something we should start looking at. Maybe get our own quest delivery system, get a cow with a thing, start pumping milk in directly. Huh. Yeah, lots of cool things to do. Okay, tell you guys what, let me make a break, take a break real quick, figure out some things to do, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I set up a rancher. Those are pretty easy to make, very standard MFR requirements for the recipe. I got a cow in here and I have a QDS right behind it that is set to the Strong Bones quest. So very simple. So the idle timer ticks down, and if there's an animal in range, I think it does 2 buckets at a time. It seems to go up to about right here. So I don't know if that's 1 bucket or 2. Yeah, you can see it kind of, well, maybe that's 2.5 actually. But yeah, it finds 1 animal, it does that, and then you have to wait the entire idle time. So if you put 2 cows in there, we can watch this thing. It does it twice. Well, I guess it was pretty hard to see. If we watch this thing count down again, you'll be able to see it flash twice. So the more animals you have in range, the more that it can actually do it. So there's 1, there's 2. Okay, very good. So we know the more animals, the faster this thing goes. Okay, so that's great. So why is that important? Because I think what I'm going to do is spawn a whole bunch of cows, and I'm going to move them over there. Right click. Okay, so this thing shouldn't harm me. So let's take this out. We'll put the cow back in here. Let's turn that on. So yeah, I want to spawn a bunch of cows, move them over to that area where the rancher is, and see what we can do. Okay, so yeah, let me go ahead and do that, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so I think I might have went a little overboard here, but you know, whatever. So I got, I don't know, maybe 30 cows in here. I don't think I needed that many, but they're pretty noisy. So we put a sound muffler up there that we had for quite some time in our system. So I just have them kind of in a tube so they can't go anywhere. Then I have 3 ranchers back here. Now, something I found out, the rancher, when it gets the milk, dumps directly into the quest delivery system. There is no wait time. You don't see like the little things ticking up. It's just like 1 bucket at a time. So as you can see here on our quest delivery, or on our quest, that number is going up 1,000 millibuckets even every single time it goes up. So each of these ranchers are in fact milking these cows for a full bucket every single tick that it can. So that's awesome. Originally I had some pipes back here going into one quest delivery system, and like you could watch the millibuckets going up, and it just seemed like it was going slower. So the quest delivery systems are pretty cheap. It's just some wood and some glass. So I just made 2 more and stuck them back here. So yeah, that's working beautifully. So I don't know if I was doing this wrong before, or maybe there just wasn't enough cows in range. But it seemed like it would milk a cow and then like the idle go all the way down and then milk it again. After I had about 5 or 6 in here, I didn't see that happening anymore. It's just constantly taking up to 20 idle and then back down and milking the next one. So I haven't seen it do its full idle phase. So I think, you know, you probably need 5 or 10 cows to avoid that problem. But yeah, I think this is pretty cool. This is going to go ahead and get us our milk quest done pretty soon. Maybe by the end of this episode, maybe next episode. I don't know yet. Okay, so we got that automatically going, so that's pretty cool. Which one was this one? This is the liquid meat. Yeah, we don't have a way to automatically kill animals and stuff. You know, I think somebody was telling me that you can use, instead of the grinders over here, you can use the slaughterhouses to get liquid meat from mobs. So we might change this out for the slaughterhouses at some point just to do that quest. But it says these are repeatable, so, well, it also says it unlocks the quest elsewhere too. So yeah, I assume we have to do it once and we can repeat it after so many days. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So sewage, this is probably another one that we should do since we have all those cows over here. Probably something I should have done before I put all the cows in that little spot. But yeah, we need to get a sewage grate to put underneath there so we can collect the raw sewage, and then we can hook up another you know, set up like this for you know, depositing the sewage. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh man. Okay, so I might have to move these cows once again, put them out, replace the block they're standing on with the sewer. That's another MFR item. Yeah, one of these guys. I don't know it. Well, you make 4 at a time apparently. I don't know if the cows have to be directly standing on it or if they can be on the block next to it. Maybe we could have like 9 of those sewers here and they'll all work. I don't know. But we need to get one of those sewers at least, so we could try it sticking in the block next to the cows instead of moving the cows. Yeah, here we go. So we can make 4 of those. So let's just stick that on the ground. I don't believe these things require any power. Although I've never used one of these. I've seen them used. So if we stick that guy right there. I see 2 tanks here. Oh, there's a upgrade. Aha. Okay. So maybe we need to get like a little upgrade in there. Do we have any of those? We have these 10 upgrades. That might be perfect. Let's just grab all of those. We have 4 of those tin wins. We have 4 sewers. So we stick this right here. Aha, look at that. So we're getting sewage pretty quickly from that. So we can go ahead and do this in 3 more spots, get a whole bunch of sewage. Then I can make some more of the quest delivery systems, assign those underneath each one of those. And yeah, we can take care of another quest. So that's pretty awesome. Let's go and get that range upgrade in there and get one in this one too. And stick this over here. Okay, guys, let me go ahead and finish up the rest of this and we'll be right back. Right, guys, so something interesting that I just found out. Apparently with these sewers, if you have more of them, like if it can detect another sewer in range, it stops working. I went to the wiki, I was trying to figure out what was going on. I placed these down, they were like going, and all of a sudden they'd just stop. Then I'd break them, replace them, then they'd go, and then they'd stop. So on the wiki it says that they stop working and they detect another sewer within range for like 40 to 80 seconds, which is just silly. So I went ahead and I removed the other sewers and I just have the one. We just have the one radius upgrade. And yeah, it's doing its thing. It's collecting a decent amount of sewage every time. But then I was like, you know, let's speed this up. So if they detect more than one sewer within range, they stop working. So what we need to do is put a bunch of these little things of cows around. And so I went ahead and I did this. So we have 3 more sewers over here. This guy's just sitting on his own. But we got about, let's say 30 to 40 cows in each one of these. So we're doing a decent amount of sewage at a time. If we look at the book, let's come over here. Yeah, we can see it's going up like full buckets at a time sometimes. It's going up in small little increments. The one behind me over here is doing like 500 millibuckets, like half a bucket every time. This one's doing like 0.03 buckets every time. But these 2 are doing full buckets every time. So I might go and grab some more cows and bring them over here just to speed things up. But I'm having to move them over with safari nets. So I ended up making a whole bunch of safari nets. Yeah, we got 11 of them right here, empty ones, to bring them over like 10 cows at a time. But yeah, that's just getting boring. So I think we'll just let this go. So yeah, as we were doing over here, each of the sewers has the quest delivery system underneath it, linked to the specific quest, and this is just happening automatically, no power required. So once these quests are complete, I'll probably just go ahead and dispose of these cows. We'll probably use a slaughterhouse to get the liquid meat and things like that from them when we get to that point. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, so let's take a look at the quest book once more. Let's see what else we can do. Milk, how far along are we? We're 37% complete. So I don't think we're going to finish it for this episode, but probably next episode we will do it. So what else do we have here? We have the liquid meat that we can do. Liquid honey, we can get that from the squeezers. Let's see what else. We have the sewage we're working on. Mushroom soup. You know, we could probably kill, well, you know, I was going to say we could probably kill 2 birds with 1 stone if these were mushrooms instead of regular cows. But you know what? I think the ranchers will ranch the mushroom stew instead of milk, so we can't really do it that way. I think we're gonna have to set up another one of these things if we require 160 buckets or whatever of mushroom stew. But we can go ahead and complete that one quest. If I come in here, let's grab the mushroom spawn egg that we have, or whatever safari net bucket. Let's grab this. Let's go ahead and just one of those so we can set the mushroom down. Go ahead and soup it. No, we need, oh man, maybe we can't do that. So we do get milk from it if we use a bucket. We get the mushroom stew if we use the bowl on it. Do we have any bowls? No. I forget if we can use a liquid transposer. Let's do this. Oh, won't let me do that because I milked it. Interesting. Okay, so what we can do, let's put this guy back in the egg. or in the safari net. I keep saying spawn egg for some reason. Let's come over here. We will just spawn some more that are not the exact copy. Let's do that. And that should allow us to soup the mushrooms. Guess we can get rid of this cow. We don't need them. Get out of here, cow. Okay, so can I soup you? Soup, 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 soup. Nice. So we can turn this off. So I believe if we come over to the fluid transposer, we set this way. I think we can extract the mushroom stew. Oh, that's a bucket per thing. Ah, okay. I didn't know that. Okay, so now we just need a bucket. I guess we will grab 4 buckets since we have 4 buckets worth in here. So we'll flip this around the other way and we will fill up the buckets full of mushroom stew. Okay, there we go. Got it. Or mushroom soup as it's called. Okay, mushroom soup bucket. Manual detect. Got it. Claim that reward. So, as usual, liquid meat. What is this? Fungus drippings. Ew. So this wants us to get 16,000 buckets worth of mushroom soup. My goodness. That's a lot. So that's going to give us some mushroom spawn eggs, reward bags, rune of sacrifice, or another reward bag. We might do the runes. We still have to get our blood altar going for this blood magic stuff that we haven't really finished up on. And yeah, guys, I realized last episode, or I guess the episode before, I can't remember which one, that I made the apprentice blood orb, and I already had one in a chest over here. And because of that, I've removed the chest. Everything is now being stored in our AE system. That way, when I search for my apprentice blood orb, I will see that there is already 2 created now, and I won't derp that up again. So yeah, all of our stuff I'm trying to store in Applied Energistics. This stuff over here, I'm not. In fact, I have extras just going into the garbage right now, just because I'm tired of dealing with all these drops and stuff. I have also extended out our grass platform a little bit over here. Yep, just took a little bit of our extra dirt and filled this out. Started to fill in with grass quite nicely. Yeah, eventually, like I said, I want to get rid of all these stone slabs and turn it all into grass. So yep, that's a project that's slowly going to be worked on over time. All right, guys. Well, I think that's going to do it for today. We got a lot of these quests going. I might even hook up a few more ranchers. We'll probably be able to do more than just 3 here to get this going just a little bit faster. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it. And we'll see you next time.